Hi. Um, First off, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. My name is Raymond. I go by Coach Ray. This is my first YouTube video. Not doing any cuts, not doing any edits. It's my first one. I know it's going to get better within time, but for right now, I had to take I had to take the leap, and I had to get started. They're putting this off for a little bit, but I just felt it was time for me to get this out here. It was time for me to just tell a little bit about my story. One is for me, stepping outside of my comfort zone, putting myself out there, taking leaps. But also, I have to tell my story, not knowing who it might inspire, who it might motivate, and whose journey it might help. Um, things in life can seem, they can hit us they can hit us at weird times. And sometimes when we get hit, we just don't know how to get back up. That can be from, emotional loss from a loved one, relationships ending, or it can be, at the age of 25, almost breaking your leg at a basketball city rec league, which happened to me. Um, 25, got hit with a basketball injury and knocked me off my feet for months at a time. Not only did it knock me off my feet, it brought out all the worst parts of me. And I don't mean worse like there are bad parts of me, but it brought out those parts of me that were hidden, that I didn't know existed. From childhood trauma, from, relationship issues, from just, just growing up and not realizing that the things that I was going through, that I may have went through, around in my environment, that they were normal. But because we were in that environment, things like that, things were normalized. But, you get to a point where those things come up and they're gonna show you the negative effects of it. And that's what happened to me. I got to a point and I just didn't know how to recover. And, it's years later for me, and I'm still trying, and I'm just now getting my feet back planted. It's not it's not that it's not that I didn't know what to do. I just didn't know how to do it. I know what I wanted for myself. I thought I thought that I knew what I wanted for myself. But it's all fake. Because we come to the point that we think the things that we want are the things that we see on social media, the things that we see, materialistic things, and and we start to cater every action and every move to materialistic things. And that's what I felt myself doing. I felt myself just falling in love with short-term satisfaction, but I was sacrificing everything for the long term. And we all know short-term fixes cause long-term problems. So, over years, I just kept digging my hole deeper and deeper. On the outside, I may have looked okay, but in the inside, I was hurting. But yeah, I was just digging and digging and digging, and I didn't know how. I looked up at at the top of the hole, and the light was starting to fade. Um, I didn't know how to start making my way back up. And that was the issue. I knew what I wanted out of life. I knew that I wanted more for myself. I knew that the life that I was living wasn't for me. I was frustrated with work, frustrated at times with friends, lashing out at times, mood changes. It's just, things that happen because of what we're going through inside that we don't know how to deal with, that we don't know how to communicate, and that we don't know how to actually, we don't know how to start to heal. But I'm here to tell you that there is a way. I was able to find my way, and I'm still on my journey. I'm not perfect. I'm still very much a work in progress. But to be on this other side of the mountain matters so much to me. Because that climb is tough. But I'm here to tell you that it could be one decision that could fix all of that for you. You can be one decision away from changing your life to the way you want it to be. And that doesn't mean life is going to get easier, but it's going to mean that you're going to be in a better mental space to deal with those things, right? So for me, it all started with my habits. I had to change my habits. I had and my routines as well. And I'm not saying that I had completely bad habits, but the habits that I had and the routines that I had were not aligning with the life that I wanted for myself. Waking up late, staying up late at night, watching too much TV, food, the foods we eat, our vices, our alcohol intake, whatever you do. It just starts to all suppress, the real us, but we have to find a way to fix it. We have to find a way to heal through it. And for me, it was my habits. I heard about people getting up at 5 a.m. I heard about people getting up at 4 a.m. But I didn't know why they were doing it. They just say get up at 5 a.m. You should be getting up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. For what? I'm be laying in my bed looking at the ceiling. I didn't have someone around to tell me you need to get up at 5 a.m. because the rest of the competition is getting up at 6 and 7 a.m. So you need to have 2 hours to beat them. You need to be working before your competition. And then the other aspect of it is for yourself. You need to wake up those an hour, 2 hours early, however you want to do it before your day gets started. One, to give yourself that self-love, right? When I say self-love, I mean the meditation, everything, the affirmations, the gratitude, everything that's going to help you keep you balanced and centered through your day, right? Because we don't know what that day is going to bring. We don't know what's going to happen at your job. You don't know what's going to happen with the kids. You don't know what's going to happen in life, period, right? It's unpredictable. But what you can control is how you react to it with your awareness. And that's why those habits became so important to me, right? I had to learn how to deal with my emotions better, not just for me, but for the people around me. I didn't want to continue to lash out on them. I didn't want to continue to have attitudes just because I was insecure and frustrated with the decisions I made in my own life, right? So I changed it. I got to those habits. I started getting up at 5 a.m. I started journaling. I started doing all the things that I needed to do, right? The self-love, and I know doing those things are the alarm clock goes off and you're like, man, I don't feel like I'll start tomorrow. You have to start though. I'm here to tell you have to start, right? And the way I used to get myself up out that bed, at 5 a.m. when I didn't want to, when I'm still sleepy, I told myself, right? I love myself enough to get up and do these habits because I know these habits are going to get me to the next level. I love myself right now to be uncomfortable because I know on the long side, I'm going to be where I need to be. This is going to get me where I need to be, right? So you have to tell yourself that whatever it is, however comfortable it is, however difficult it may seem, that you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it out of love for yourself. Because at the end of the day, where we may be requiring and wanting other people to give us that love, at the end of the day, we have to give it to ourselves first, right? So that's what started for me. I had to start giving myself love, right? And then, I wasn't going to share this in my first video, but I feel like I should, right? The biggest mind shift change came for me after I sat down for about 3 to 4 hours and I wrote out my perfect life in every single detail. From the type of floors I had in my home, from any pets, for the cars, how I made my income, how I made my wealth, how I built my generational wealth, how I did all those things, right? So I wrote it out every single detail. Then, I tried to, and I envisioned it. And then my next action, I started removing anything that didn't align with that. Any habits that I had that didn't align with that, they had to go and I had to correct them. And that's why I started to see my mind shift change. Where I started to see parts of my life that weren't happy and parts of my life that were making me suppress my real self. So that's my advice to you. If you want to get started and you want to see a change, that's the first step I think you should take. Take some time. Write down your life, your perfect life in every single detail, right? From the shoes you wear to like I say, the floors, the type of furniture in your home, the type of lighting, the chandeliers, how high are the ceilings, right? Type of job, the drive, what type of cars do you drive? You got a plane, got a jet? How many homes do you have? What cities are they in? LA, New York, Paris, Tokyo? Look, it's your life. Take the ceilings off, right? It's your life. Whatever we can think, we can produce. But one, you have to believe it. And I'm still working on that process. I'm still working on that process, believing in myself, because I've had years, of conditioned thinking, and it's been really hard to find that confidence and belief in myself, right? But I'm here and I'm taking a step forward, and I might be a little nervous, but I have to do this. I have to get this going. I have to take this first step, and you do too. So I'm looking forward to going on this journey with you. I'm looking forward to you being on this journey with me, to helping me improve. Like I said, this YouTube channel is just not for me to help you guys. It's also for you guys to help me, right? I know that my videos are going to get better. I'm always open to constructive criticism, especially if it's going to help my brand, help my channel, everything, right? So please do not hesitate to give me constructive criticism. Please don't hesitate to reach out for tips and advice, right? So once again, thank you. Like I said, this is my first video. I know it was a little rough, no cuts, no edits. I had to give it to you like it is. I needed you all to see the real me, right? Because for the longest in my life, I didn't even know who the real me was, but I do now, right? And I want y'all to see this version of me before y'all see the version of me in 5 years, where these videos don't look like this, right? Where these videos are much better, where the subscribers are more, So I need you all to see me like this, because I need you all to be on this journey with me as I get to that 5-year mark, so I get to that 5-year Coach Ray, that 5-year Raymond that I want to be. All right. So do me a favor, like, follow, subscribe, hit the notifications, and share it with your friends. You never know who this video might help. And like I said, please give me the constructive criticism. I'm open to it. I come to everything with an open heart, open mind. I'm all love. Thank you.